Hi everyone, it's Stephanie Gagos. Welcome back to my channel. And for this piece, I am doing a resin painting on an 18-inch round. This is a piece of wood that I bought cut this way already, and I have primed it as well as spray painted it. And right now I'm just heating up the clear resin and spreading it out a little bit so that my pigments have something to float on. And now I'm just adding my pigments. Here I'm using Color Obsession's Bonaire Blue. And this is a mix of Artisue Navy and Midnight Black by Resin. And this is Blue Diamonds by Just Resin. The white I'm using is from Just Resin, and I noticed that it didn't really lace up for me, but it didn't matter because the blue steel really did some amazing lacing, as you'll see in a few minutes. And now this is the Turquoise by Just Resin. And this is the Folk Art dye. And here is that Artisue blue steel. You have to be careful with this not to add too much of it because it will take over. I added this on a smaller piece and it basically took over the whole piece. And it didn't lace up as well as it did on this bigger piece. So right now I'm just heating up the resin, and pretty soon I'll probably put it on high and start to move the resin. Now I feel like this is such a delicate balance that I'm still learning, not to overheat the resin, not to put the heat gun too close to the resin or burn the resin or make it smoke. I do believe at some point here there may have been some smoke for a second, but then I backed off. So I do tend to overwork my resin a little bit, and I have to be careful with that. Recently I bought a new heat gun and it was way too powerful for me. So I stopped using it and went back to my Genesis heat gun. I kept burning my resin with the other one. I still haven't figured it out, and I guess I'm a little impatient and just really want something that moves. See how that's moving there? I love that. I want something that really heats up my resin and makes it glide across the painting. So I'm using the Genesis heat gun here. I'm sorry for the cord coming in and out. I'm still trying to figure out a good setup where the painting is in frame and you don't see my mess in the left hand corner or the right hand corner. But anyway, I believe this might be the Blue Diamond, or it may be the Color Obsession. I'll add a subtitle here, but I love that light blue. It's so amazing. So I'm just continuing to heat up the resin and creating certain effects and moving it around. Lately, I feel like resin art has come at a really good time in my life. I have a 17-year-old dog who I do believe these are her final days with us. I don't know how long she has. So the art has been a really nice distraction, and something that has brought me some joy during this time. I've had my Shelly Belly, as I call her, for about 17 years, I guess you could say. I picked her up at a shelter when she was maybe 6 months old, right after 9/11. And she's been with me ever since, except for a brief period of time when I had my divorce and I left. Then I came back for her, and she's been my shadow, and she follows me everywhere, and I'm going to really miss her. So art has been really helpful for me to distract myself and also to create something beautiful, which always makes my heart full and makes me happy. And even though I've been an artist for close to 9 years now, I started late at 40. I feel like resin has given me an opportunity to experiment and to learn a new medium, and by doing that, it has been exciting and interesting. I'm someone that loves to learn. So I love to immerse myself in a new medium, learn everything I can about it, experiment, play around, and that brings me so much satisfaction. So I think that the reason why I say it's been such a great thing for me, this particular medium, first of all, it's just beautiful, the things that you can create with it. But it's also a very challenging medium, and you really have to experiment, and it's not easily controlled. And there's definitely a learning curve, and you can definitely lose yourself in that. I think I've kind of needed to lose myself right now during this period of time and have time to just delve into something else other than my worry about her and my worry about when it's going to happen. I think someone on Facebook said that when their dog was sick, it was almost like being on death watch, and that's how I feel. I'm kind of on death watch, waiting for it to happen, as well as trying to enjoy every moment with her as well. So thanks for listening to my ramblings. I've always wanted to share a little bit more about myself during the art videos. Not sure if that's something you guys want to listen to, but I figured every once in a while I'll share parts of my life and not just my art. And it's always interesting for me to learn more about the artists behind the work and get to know what inspires them, what struggles they may have had, what makes them tick, what excites them. And that always makes the work a little bit more compelling to me. So back to the art. Right now I'm just adding some details and using that really bright blue and just putting it in different places where I want it to pop. And right about now, the resin is starting to set a little bit and it's thickening up. So you have a little bit more control, and that's when you can maybe add in some details. And since I won't be adding that much more heat at this point, just a little bit, it's a good time to do this. And then I'm just adding some heat to blend it a little bit more. Now the final step for me is just to clean up those edges, make sure there's paint all around the edge, and then to torch the piece and remove any bubbles. Now this particular piece had some bubbles, so I think it had something to do with not priming the board enough, and I probably should have put more than one coat. And so tomorrow I'll remedy that by doing a clear coat. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. As you can see, there are some really gorgeous parts of this painting that do not come out in the video, but really when you get close, you can really see the lacing. I'm thrilled with this piece, and the deep colors are just gorgeous. And thank you so much for joining me. Please like and subscribe if you dig my videos, and leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you.